The McLeod Clutches team over there on the left side of the racetrack, they had a forgettable experience out in Bristol, Tennessee. They've had a couple of issues with the car, never really hit their stride all weekend long, and ended up being a Sunday. And he's going to go side by side with Bobby Bode, running for the folks at RB Plastic Bag, Casino Royale. Bobby had a memorable weekend. Took on the New Hampshire champion in round number 1, sent him packing. Nice to see Alice back out here. His mom, who's out in front of the car, she missed Bristol because she was working. She flies at Friendly Skies, for those of you who don't know. But the second-generation driver, Bobby Bode, here on the right side. And that has been a car that has really stepped up and been a nice surprise this year.
Certainly has. Certainly has. And as you mentioned, gotten out of round 1 in Bristol and then had a minor excursion with the wall, which Bobby told me was the first time that he'd ever made contact with something in a Nitro funny car, but it was minor. Got it all tuned up, fixed up, and out here in that RB Plastic Bags machine. And you mentioned Paul Lee over there on the left side, the McLeod Clutches car. Not just a disappointment of not qualifying for the show, Alan, but in the midst of so many changes they made that they felt would really help this team take a step in the right direction. They brought John Medlin in as a consultant to work with Jason Bunker on that machine, had some other crew changes as well, and it just didn't work in Bristol.
Bobby Bode, a college student, he said, this is like funny car summer. We're out of school for the summer. We're going racing. He is also a big, big part of the tuning on that thing as well. Hey, the guy's smart enough to go to college. He should be Paul Lee goes bowling. Bobby Bode flames down. Now, the numbers that came up on Bode's scoreboard are no good. Bode was out of the throttle when Paul Lee crossed the center line down there, knocked out a couple of those orange blocks. Watch what happens right here. Bode is off the gas right there, and Paul Lee, he was off the throttle very early, but the car was driving so hard to the right, he just couldn't get her back. Doink, doink. Picked up the very difficult 954 or 934, 1,000-foot split. So it'll be a moment or two while we clean up a little confetti down there and get a couple new soldiers glued back down there. Paul Lee's 430 will be disallowed on the center line infraction. Bobby Bode's 431 will be disallowed because Paul Lee stopped both clocks when he hit that finish line block. He stopped the clocks for Bobby Bode. So that'll be an offer. But we're getting a little further down there. We're sneaking up on it. I'm telling you. Our first 300-mile-an-hour runner's coming up right now. I just have a feeling.